creativity for me is a place of refuge. When I was younger, the creativity saved me. It was the only place that I felt like I can escape into my own world. It was an escape into a world of endless possibilities, into a world of transformation and magic, and a world that I controlled. Especially when I felt like I couldn't control anything else around me, that was the one thing that I still had control of, is my creativity and my art. So now, what I feel about creativity is just when I'm creating this hair, it's like I'm in this euphoric, trance-like, meditative state. And in this place, I am moving with my own rhythm, and I'm allowing the energy work that I'm putting through this hair when I'm creating to just take me to one step, to the next, to the next, to the next, until the whole thing is completed. I actually never want it to be completed. It's so much fun. It's so much. It's so much peace for me, and a lot of times I'm dancing with the hair. You know, I'm not just doing hair. The hair and the art form is the same way how I feel about when I'm dancing. It's I'm creating the world around me. I'm creating the magic around me. And what's really amazing about it is that people get a chance to feel that magic. I'm able to create this, and then people are trying on my creations, and they don't understand why they love it so much. And sometimes I'm wearing a creation like I'm wearing now, and I have women like, oh my gosh, can I just buy the one that you're wearing on your head? I'll take it right now. You have no idea how many times in my career women have come and it's like, I'll give you whatever you want for the one that you're wearing. And I always wondered, why was that? And then I realized it's all energy. No matter which way it is, it's all energy. And so creativity for me is a place that I call home. It's a place that I return back to the creator, to the source. And I am replenished, I'm nourished, and I'm satisfied.
Let's talk about how talking about your problems was a breakthrough.
Oh my gosh, listen. Whew. I spent so many years being isolated. I spent so many years in silence. And because I was embarrassed, you know, I was going through so much trauma. I'm here living this particular lifestyle that I felt like there was no way out. I felt like I was actually afraid to leave this lifestyle, you know, because I was a young girl, and it was kind of like being in a cult a little bit, you know. It was very suppressive. It controlled your mind, so it wasn't so easy for you to speak up because you didn't think anyone understood you. So I stayed quiet. I didn't speak to my mother. I didn't speak to my dad. You know, they would ask me why I was so down all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. Of course I knew why, but I couldn't express it. I didn't have a voice. And, you know, it wasn't until the breakthrough happened for me when I started to express myself. I started to speak up. I started to realize that I wasn't alone. I realized that I needed help. So I started to speak. And I remember speaking to this woman who was a mentor to me at the time. And she was the only person who really watched me and didn't judge me, you know, because I never felt like I was accepted in one world. Here I am in this like cultural, religious type cult-like atmosphere. And then I'm in the regular, everyday world. And in this world, it's like, who is this strange girl? And this world over here, it's like, oh, you're too much. You need to tone it down. And over here, it's like, what's wrong with her? So I felt very much alone for most of my young years. I would say most of the years up until, I would say age like, I don't know, 25 or something. It's like I felt very, very isolated from the world. And I was too embarrassed to speak about things because I'm like, people are gonna judge me. They're gonna think I'm crazy. And I couldn't talk about how I was being controlled and how, you know, other people had power over me. And I didn't even want to admit it to myself. So I just stayed in it. And then I started speaking. And when I started speaking, I realized how important it was to have a support system. And I realized how important it was to have a community, to have people who that you can share with, people that you can get support and get a hug when you need it, and to really like confide in a safe space, you know. And to me, that's like the make it or break it. If you don't have that, you know, you can be stuck in a situation for way longer than what you need to be. You know, sometimes you need that person to tell you, hey, listen, you've been doing this. You've been making this happen. And sometimes you're not even realizing your own strength because nobody knows what's going on until you speak about it.